Hey, good Monday evening, everybody. Welcome to our Monday version of Coffee Chat. Good to see everyone. I see Ted says hello from rainy northwestern Pennsylvania. Good to see you there, Ted. It's nice and sunny here in Florida. It's been warm. I think right now the weather has been warmer now than it has been all summer. We've been like 83, 84, and we've only been in the lower 90s. So, did I say 83? 93, 94. I don't know what I'm saying. Hey, Seven, how you doing? Good evening. I wanted to say good morning, but it's evening. Hey, Lucky Dog. I'm going to try to talk to my Google, and I'm calling it Lucky Dog, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. Hey, Google, good afternoon.
A good afternoon to you, too. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with.
Okay, Google. Good day.
Good evening, Lucky Dog. It is 6 p.m. Right now in DeLand it's 91 and partly cloudy. Tonight it's predicted to be 81 with a thunderstorm. By the way, you need to set out trash.
Well,
Have a good one.
She's always nagging me to set out the trash there. Yeah, Seven says it's sunny in northern Missouri, and we're good today. How's Ted? How's Seven doing today? Monday, we had some visitors last week. Ron and his wife Sandy came down, get away from the hurricanes up there, and so we had a nice visit all last week, and they brought all their food down. They brought a bunch of meat and stuff. Appreciate it, but they thought maybe yeah. I love that trash reminder too, and it's already out. You know, so, nag. Google's a nag. But they brought a bunch of meat and stuff down. So we ate like kings there last week, you know, and so he wasn't sure if they'd have electricity or not, and so they did, and they really had no damage or nothing. Little fence moved over a little bit, and had a little water, but not too bad. They did real well with it, so they got back home safely on it. So yeah, Ted said I heard the hurricane wasn't as bad as they thought it was going to be. It really wasn't. It was turned out it was a big rain event. Tons of rain up that way. Lots of flooding. Wind-wise, it was pretty minimal in the wind-wise in that, and so they really fared really well. The nice thing why they were here, he has his security system that he can bring it up on his phone or computer and see what's going on home, and don't believe they ever lost electricity or anything. And he could see the cameras around, see what was going on in that. Could see a lot of rain in that, and some wind, but nothing extreme like it could have been. They really called it to be a lot worse than it was on it. So the whole area was lucky it wasn't worse than it was. It was probably bad enough if you were there. Out of electricity, a lot of areas are out of electricity up there, still are. I've been through many hurricanes. I've been through about 8 of them, and the worst part of a hurricane is losing electricity. The rest of it's not all that bad. You have to clean up trees and stuff, but yeah, Ron said they had 5 tornadoes go through their area here in the last day or so, on one near their house, but none of them touched down. And so Seven says my son is at the army base around them and is flooded, but they didn't have much trouble on the base, so that's good. It's like I say, for most part they all fared very well, but I did find some pictures. Let me bring them up here. These are some pictures of the hurricanes, some of the boats right along the water. The storm surge does the most damage, you know, as it comes up. A lot of flooded streets, as you can see there. So, but yeah, the storm surge what really brings it up high on, and it causes the streets to flood in that. But, and that'll probably last for quite a while. It takes a while for that water to go down. You know, you can see homes underwater, and so you know there was enough problems there without a lot of wind. You know, this little doggy being rescued on it. Poor animals. I've seen many stories of animals being rescued, and Some people just left their animals behind. A few trees down. So anyways, that they had a little view of some of the things there, animals being rescued in that. But yeah, it was bad enough for what they called for. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, but it still was bad enough. Yeah, Ted said, did you hear Robert say on his live chat that he had to cancel his trip through Western Pennsylvania on his way? I saw that. Said, darn, I would have loved to have met him and brought him a beer next time. So yeah, this trip he's went through, he's had to make a lot of changes. I watched his video on the Hershey camping show there, and he was going to have it for like 3 days, and he said he had it for like 3 hours, but showed a lot of cool RVs and stuff, some really nice ones with some real nice price tags that go alongside of them. They some of those nicer RVs there, you can put out quite a bit on it. So Sue said, Fort Bragg, my husband was stationed there when he got back from Vietnam. We got married in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Seven said, yes, Sue. So Ted, did you hear Robert say that he's hopefully that he will get to meet him for another time? He also canceled up the meetup in Daytona. So yeah, and maybe we get a chance to get back with him on that again on it. I actually heard Robert say that he might go home, get the things situated out with the Kia, and might do that trip again, you know, maybe in time for the fall colors. So I'm not sure what he's up to, but it sure changed him around, you know, on it. Seven says, Sue, tell your brother thank you for his service, and thank you. Well, that was actually her what do you call it? Her late husband. He had served in 2 terms he served there on it. So he 8 years would that have been?
What was that he's been gone?
No, 8 years he served.
Oh no.
Anyways.
Dave?
Yes.
No, 3.
Oh, 3.
70 to 73.
Oh, so there was 2 year terms. So
he did 2 tours in Vietnam.
2 tours. So a tour wasn't 4 years.
No.
Okay. I'm not up on it. I didn't. When I got drafted back in 72, they drafted me, but they didn't take me. They told me I was too small. I weighed 98 pounds, and they didn't even take me. So I don't know a ton about military because they didn't want me. You know? So I went, but they sent me back. So that was a long time ago. That was back in the 70s. So nowadays you don't get drafted. Back then they pulled your number out by your birthday, and and that's when they call you. And I had a low number, so I got called. You know. Oh, Ted said I was watching some of your videos. Really good. Thanks, Ted. Appreciate it. It's I enjoy making them. It's you put a lot of effort into them. It takes some time to put them all together. And that this last video I just posted out over the river, put this thing together, and I couldn't get it to render right. It wasn't coming off, and I thought I was going to lose it and have to do it all over again, but I finally got it up. So that one took me longer than it normally does to get it up there on it. But yeah, Ted, thanks for watching. Appreciate that. Seven says, not yet. My husband was stationed there too before we were together in the 90s. I'm excited to go. And Sue said, thanks. Seven, he passed away 9 years ago. He did 2 terms in Vietnam. My 2 older brothers also served. One of them was in the Army, and the other one was in Vietnam too. And the other one was in the Marines. I believe that was Denny. So it says, love that. So yeah, they put their time in, and appreciate all they did for our country on it. So that's pretty cool. I was going to say, we was talking about change of seasons. You know, next week is first day of fall in Florida. I was looking at the temperatures. That we've been like 92, 93, but on the first day of fall will be 90. Oh, thanks, Seven. She said my video was awesome. Great. Well, anyways, so a lot of times people will say they don't notice the change of seasons in Florida. One of the changes that you tell in seasons here is we get these little bugs that come out every spring and every fall. And I don't know if people up north are familiar with them, but they're called love bugs. Love bugs have one goal. They come out for a few weeks, they mate, they lay eggs, and they die. And they're love bugs. I like my little picture here. They love each other. But see this picture? I took a picture, not of this isn't the one I took it off my camera, but there were a bunch of them on the windows. And this time of year you get all these love bugs, and sometimes you'll see when this year looks like there's going to be a really thick year. Some years they aren't, and some things are really thick, but it looks like there are a lot of them this year. And some reason they like white trucks or white cars. You see these big trucks with big flat front ends there, and they'll be black, covered with love bugs smashed all over them. And these things like weird smells, like gasoline. If you're at the gas station filling your car, man, they just swarm all around you. So they love just little bit. They're not a two-headed. They're actually two whole bodies. That's a male and a female on it. So yeah, they don't have two heads. Says my reception is bad. We're leaving the house, going to try to stay on along. Okay, cool. It's like I hope it stays good for you. So anyways, but these are love bugs. That is one way you can tell when the seasons are changing here in Florida is when the love bugs come out, and it's either spring or fall. So there's a lot of little things. Some of the trees change. You can tell in the different. You can tell by the air. Air's cooler. There's a lot of things that you can tell that the season out there is changing on it. So yeah, it's just mild changes. Unlike up north, when you start getting colder, the leaves start falling, and everything starts falling apart. So there's more of a definite change up north than there is in the south. But then we get our great weather. It'll get nice here. Probably in October, it'll start cooling off a little bit, and then we'll stay nice all the way up through next June, or to next June. It starts getting warm in June. But we get about 8 months of fantastic weather and 4 months of warm weather. Some people would say it's hot weather, but I say it's warm weather. I'm drinking LaCroix today. That's the label around there. Stuff has no calories in it and has no taste.
I sent Ron a message to try and join us if he could.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Ron was on earlier.
He hasn't got seen that we were on.
He probably forgot we're on already.
He doesn't get notifications on time, remember?
Yeah, I know. He said a lot of times the chat's on. He goes, you don't get notified till it's over. So that's I tried to do a thing in the morning and then one later, but Ted says, yeah, I'm missing South Florida for sure, especially in the winters. Yeah, I know. The Pennsylvania gets pretty cold up there. I would miss it very much, so I just don't like the cold weather. It's never did. So yeah, it's going to be getting cold soon. It's I think I might mention it before. Liking the color of leaves changing in fall, but I never did because it always reminded me. I knew it was coming. It's just like, yeah, it's getting closer. Here comes those cold nights and snow and ice and burr, and it's like, so that's one of the biggest reasons I didn't like the fall colors. I didn't even like them because I was like, man, I hate this. I don't mind looking at them in pictures now, and I don't mind looking at snow in pictures. I'll watch Alaskan videos. In fact, I kind of enjoy that. I don't want to be there. I've been watching tons and tons of these people who are up in Alaska right now, or was in there, and all their videos, and they're out there on the glaciers. And even in summertime, I notice up in Alaska, it's overcast, it's rainy, it's just not nice, and they love it. A lot of people just enjoy that Alaska trip, but one trip I never really had no desire for it over at all. So Ted says, Sue, my first winter up here was the worst, but I'm kind of getting used to it again. I don't think I would ever get used to it again.
How long have you been back up in PA, Ted?
Yeah, right. How long have you been back up there, Ted? Because it takes a while, Because I'm originally from Pennsylvania, the Lehigh Valley area. I know where that's at, Allentown. And you've heard about them in about an hour north of Philly. Yeah. Yep. What was it? Billy Joe says I'm living here in Allentown. Yeah. In Allentown, yes. The snow's starting to come down.
Yeah, we're not going to sing. Nobody wants to hear us sing.
Especially me. Sue's not that bad, but man, gosh, if I start singing.
I won a karaoke contest or two, didn't I?
Yeah, you did, and you sung some karaoke's in that, and not me. I'm not a singer. It's I seen a thing the other day. They said, did anybody or they didn't say did anyway, what instrument did you play in school? And I played their transistor radio, because that's the only thing we could afford. We didn't get a chance to, you had to buy those instruments or rent them. We didn't get to do that. So never played no instrument, but I had a radio, played the radio. Used to tie the radio to my bicycle and cruise around. Actually, we lived close to the cemetery. I used to cruise around the cemetery and rock all the people in the graves, you know. So they probably was dancing in the graves. So anyways, that's what I used to do. I didn't play much, much of anything like that. I have played guitar for a while, you know. I'll say he's been up here almost a year, so it's not been that long that you've been back up that way. I've been up there one time. Sue drugged me up there. What was it? Thanksgiving? Oh my God, I was miserable. Totally miserable. I hated it. We weren't there very long, and I could not wait to get back. I hated it. I don't like Ohio anyways, but let alone go up when it was snow on the ground. And my doggies had never seen snow. They got out of the car. I don't think they were impressed. You know, it's like Abby, my Sheltie, decided, well, I can eat this stuff, you know. And so she took a couple bites of that, and the little poodle Cassie, she says, pick me up, Daddy, it's too cold, I don't want to be down on that. So yeah, Ted said, but I have lived here back in 16 for a year and 2 months, and then Ted also, we came here from Arizona. A friend of mine told me to come out there, and it didn't work out living with him, so I came back to Pennsylvania, is where my family is. Okay. I still have a sister in Ohio. That's about it. I got some nieces and nephews up there on it, but that's it. And of course, my parents are gone, and our brother lives in Myrtle Beach, and my sister's up in Ohio. So I like Florida. I'd go, you'd kick and drag, and I just would not want to leave Florida. I really would not. I just, some people like it, some people don't. Some people think it's too hot, but that's a matter of preference, you know. I mean, some people enjoy the cold weather, believe it or not, but not me. Never did. Even when I was a kid, I did like it. So, you know, I just said I was born in the wrong state, because I should have been in a warm state, not in a cold state. So, but I rectify that, and 20 years ago I took care of that. So yeah, what part of Arizona? Sue said, yeah, she has family out in Phoenix and Tucson area.
My mom lived there for a while. I love it. I love the desert Southwest.
If it wasn't so deserty, I wouldn't mind it, but I watch all these videos and thinking of places I like. You know, the best place I've seen is Florida. You know, but I don't care for the mountains. A lot of people love them, but the mountains do not impress me. The dirt out there, it's all right, but I'm not impressed by the dirt. Plus, a lot of places out there it gets cold. You know, so it's not. I don't think it's my area. It's hot out there in the summer. You know, they say it's a dry heat, but it can be dry, but it's still hot. You know. I was in Tucson, Arizona for 6 months. Okay. I have never been out there, so you know, to say I've actually been there, I haven't been there, so I can't give my honest, true opinion. But just what I've seen, I'm not impressed.
What you've seen of Arizona is the Roadtrek rally, is the Rubber Tramp rally, RTR.
Oh, they've been all over the place out there. You know,
there's
everywhere.
Mainly that's what you see out there.
Right, and that's what there is. They've been everywhere, so I don't know that I've missed too much out there. You know, I've seen someone go through little towns, and
Tucson is beautiful.
Tucson, it's got cactuses and stuff. You know, it might be beautiful out there on the right day for a short time. You know, I wouldn't mind being there for a week. You know, but anyway, so much for that. I was also seen the other day. I was put this up. And I've mentioned it before. Was out to our flying field, and we saw a coyote was laying out. I took this little clip off the news here. There's Tammy. How you done, Tammy? Good to see you make it on. I seen you had some keyboard problems earlier. So anyways, they said coyotes may have been to blame for missing pets in New Smyrna Beach, and where our flying field is not too far from New Smyrna Beach. My wording kind of went over the kayak, but there's a little coyote there, and I guess they'll kill little animals. They're wild, kind of like a wild dog, you know. And so seen that there, and they've been having some troubles there with little animals and stuff with the coyotes on it. So hopefully they leave the little animals alone. You know, they're doing their natural thing, but it's no fun to have your animal be their lunch, you know. So yeah, Ted said, yes, I love Tucson. I love how it was surrounded by mountains, but just didn't work out. And so I would move back here if I could. I would move back if I could. Okay. So anyway, so what's Tammy up to? Glad to see her. She says she's still having problems. There's this stupid phone that rings that nobody ever answers it. I get these calls and one ringy dingy, wrong dingy dingy, and hang up. It's always telemarketers on it. So, and so, Ted said I'll take the dry heat over the humidity any day. So I don't mind the humidity at all. Actually, my only experience with dry heat was Hawaii, and I thought it was hot. You know,
that was humid. It wasn't dry.
It wasn't hot, humid at all in Hawaii. I mean, it was no humidity whatsoever. It was very dry, but it felt like you were sitting inside of an oven. You know, that was my opinion of it.
Well, you were there in July, were you?
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. It was like 95, but hot. I mean, it was hot there. You know, so I like humidity myself. I don't mind that. You know, what I feel like humidity is you sweat a little bit, and when I sweat, it cools me down. So I'm not opposed to humidity. So Tammy said, just woke up from a nap. I love naps. I'll tell you what, there's nothing wrong. I had a nice nap. It was early afternoon, probably somewhere around 12 to 1 or 2, something like that. I took a nap. That's pretty much my daily routine is naps. It's a day. Set in my recliner, and a lot of times I'll put on maybe some YouTube videos, and I fall asleep. Some I want to see, and I go, oh shoot, I missed it. I fell asleep. Of course, I can rewatch them. You know, so. But yeah, naps are great. You know, that's what. Remember when you was a kid, you didn't want to take a nap, and as you got older, you're just like, man, I want my nap in. You know. But Tanny says, so it's just the phone that's messed up. I don't do Facebook on the laptop. Okay, so you do your Facebook on your phone, or I don't do Facebook on laptop. So I do. I like to do everything on the computer, but sometimes I'll use my phone. And Tanny said, yeah, I take one every day too. They're great. They're good for you. You know. I had a kind of a friend that was a doctor and did work for him, and he told me you should take a nap every day at 2 o'clock. You know, it's like that's great if you can, but back when you're working,
they frown on that at work.
Yeah, they don't like you to take a nap in the middle. And in fact, the places I worked at, I was lucky to be able to go to the bathroom. That's how terrible it was in places I worked. So, let alone take a nap, you know. But I'm glad I'm retired. If one thing if you're not retired yet, and you kind of see work toward it, and go retire as quick as you can. You'll be glad you did, because I'll tell you what, there's nothing better in retirement. I know my sister's been retired for a year or two now, and she claims she gets bored, but I never get bored. I've always got something to do, even if it is taking a nap. But I always find something to do since I've been retired. Got all kinds of little projects to work on. So I'm glad to see everybody come on tonight. We're all right. Got a question here on it. So, they don't take a break in the middle of the day in Italy. No.
Mexico.
Mexico, I think they take a what?
Siesta.
A siesta.
They might in Italy too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not real familiar with Italy, but I'm not real familiar with Mexico except things I've heard, and I always heard them talk about a siesta. In the middle of the day, they take a siesta, you know?
In Italy.
Yeah, they might. I'm not for sure, really. Never been there. I really don't care to go. Yeah, so, hey, if you were granted one wish, what would that wish be? So, everybody's on there. If you was granted one wish, what wish would that be? And I think right now, if I had one wish, actually I'd have two wishes, but one wish is my body felt better, you know? I get up in the morning, my back hurts, my shoulders hurt, and everything hurts, and I wish that, but I'd almost want two wishes, then have a lot of money, you know, so that would be my wishes, is my body feel better,
about that one.
and have a lot of money. You know, it seems like if you have a lot of money, there's a lot of things you can do on it. But if your body don't feel good, then you don't feel like doing so much, you know. I'll tell you, I lost so many jobs because of that. Oh, taking a nap? You gotta stay awake, Ted. So, yeah, that's one wish. So, yeah, if you had one wish, what do you mean I can't take a nap? Hey, I'm all for it. I have nothing against naps, not a bit, you know.
Unlimited.
Oh, there's seventh back in. It says unlimited resources. That's a good one because that would include everything. Unlimited money, unlimited whatever you want to do. Oh boy, I wish no more housework. Also, Tammy don't like housework. I don't mind it, you know. Even before me and Sue was together, I was by myself for about at least 10 years. Housework didn't bother me a bit. Of course, it was only me to pick up after. The more you got to pick up after, the more housework becomes. So for us now, it's really pretty minimal. We share it. I cook, Sue cleans. You know, we'll take turns doing floors and stuff, and so we have it pretty much balanced out. It don't take us a lot to keep the house clean. We keep it fairly nice. So, but yeah, housekeeping is not too bad for us. But yeah, unlimited resources, and Tammy wants a maid. that would be a solution. But see, Tammy, if you wish for a lot of money, then you could afford the maid. You know, so that would all be taken care of in just one shot. You know, you would have the money and the maid, and that's so that's yeah. There's, I don't know, we can wish our life the way we want. Sue says so many choices, healthy for everyone, no more wars. Yeah, there's a lot of good things.
That would be my answer if I was Miss America.
If you was
I would choose, if I had a one wish, health for everybody and to end all wars.
do they have those Miss Americas anymore? Do they still do that?
Yeah, I don't think they're doing the beauty part of it.
The beauty part?
What's the point?
I don't get it. That's why I thought it was a beauty contest, you know. They all come out there. Tammy says it's never ending here, but that's reality, okay. I love my house, but yes, money and a maid would work out well. It would. That would be great. Just have money and have a maid and have a servant. We pay a guy to mow the yard. I don't do that because of my allergies. I would be sick most of the week after I mowed the yard because that dust and stuff come out of it. So I used to, and I was always like, for days, I was just sick for days, and it seemed like no more got over that. The grass growed again, you know.
Right.
And
financial
I love that soup.
stability for everyone, not to be rich, but financial stability.
Well, and that's another thing is like, how much money do you really need? I don't need to be a billionaire, you know. I don't know what to do with it. Just enough to do whatever I want. That would be the key. That's what I've always said. Just enough money to do whatever I want. If I want that, I want it. I'll buy it, you know, no problem. Something breaks down, fix it, no problem. You know, oh, Rick Berry, how you doing, Rick? Good to see you come aboard. And it says, what do you think about all that Trump is doing for this country? I think he's done a wonderful job myself, but that's just my opinion. Everything is running good, economy's good, people are working, and glad to see you come aboard, Rick. Whereabouts do you fare from? Where's your city or country? We get people here from all over the place. We've had them Beijing, we've had them from Australia, and UK's not on that. He's usually on. He's from United Kingdom.
Right.
And I love seeing people come. Sophie, she's from Australia. Who was the guy who was calling me Grandpa? He was from...
Rick Bear's from Orange City.
Oh, from Orange City. Well,
Bangladesh.
You're my neighbor then. That's good to see someone local. Actually, that's one of the first times I think I've had somebody local come on. We've had more people from all over the place than we have locally. So glad to see Orange City had a house fire over there that I saw in the news this afternoon, and a little doggy died in it. That was sad on it. So, and Tammy said I think he's doing a great job. I said yes, I am. So cool. Yeah, he's very near us on it. We chatted about Lake Woodruff before. Okay, I remember that now. I got it. I get chatting, I forget. You have to forgive me because I'm my memory goes off. And but yeah, I remember chatting about Lake Woodruff. I've done a couple videos from out there.
That's where the alligator was.
Yeah.
That was for Tammy.
Tammy loves alligators. She'll tell you she likes them. She likes to pet them. No worries. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate you coming on, Rick. Glad to have you come aboard tonight. You know, we do this on Monday evenings at 6 and Thursday mornings at 8 a.m. So we have a morning one and an evening one. So we've been doing it twice a week. Used to do it every day in the morning, but we went to twice a week. And it seems like the twice a week has worked out better. I get more people coming on the twice a week thing on it. So yeah, glad to see Rick come aboard.
My brother was looking at a Holman, a modular Holman Orange City, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was looking. He found one right. Really, it was halfway between DeLand and Orange City. So, and I don't think he's going to do it. So, Rick says, "Good to know. I'm not working. I'll be here when I get." Cool. Glad to see you come on. Which it's fun to get everybody on because everybody sometimes we act crazy. Well, we always act crazy. But yeah, it's good to have more on, and it keeps the conversation going and gives us a lot of subjects to talk about, you know, on it. And so Tammy says my new neighbor is fixing us dinner tonight. Oh, how cool. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go, so sorry, I guess I'll be here Thursday. Okay. Well,
take him a ding dong.
Yeah, get him have for dessert. Take him a ding dong for dessert. But yeah, hey, enjoy your dinner tonight, Tammy. It's great when somebody's cooking for you. You never want to pass that up. We did a lot of good cooking this last week when my brother was down here from the running from the hurricanes. There, we had a lot of good food, so that was good. So okay, Tammy, we'll see you on Thursday then. So bye, Tammy. Glad to have you come back aboard. And he says bye, Ted and everyone, and have a great night. So we'll see you again on Thursday, Tammy. So yeah, so we ate really good this past week. I did some cooking, and my sister-in-law did some cooking, and ding dongs. In case if Rick doesn't, we did a little thing about ding dongs, and if you haven't, it's all you can watch it. We just got crazy, went off on little things about ding dongs, and just had a blast.
About things downsizing.
Yeah, because things got smaller.
Things getting smaller.
And you hate it when your ding dong gets small, and that's what started it all. So we had a really good time with that one. So that happens here. We get off on one subject, and hey, I haven't done. Hey Google, tell us a joke. I haven't done that for a while.
How did the vacuum cleaner die? It bit the dust.
It bit the dust. Yeah, you're right, Rick. Everything gets smaller when you age, and that's true. You know, my brain gets smaller. It's like.
And like a vacuum cleaner, that sucks.
That sucks. Yeah. I've had this theory about retirement and stuff. You know, when you retire, you don't feel as well because you're older and stuff. Well, why don't we retire when we're younger and work when we're older? Of course, it might be kind of hard to work then, though. You know, but why don't we just born and be retired? Heck with work. Yeah, that's the best idea. That's the best idea that I got. Just don't even work on it. So, hey, you know, we was talking about phones a minute. You remember a phone booth? We was up in Ohio, and I took a picture of a phone. You don't see them around much, but this picture here, it'll pop up here in a second there. This phone booth here on the left is the phone booth from 1988, and the one on the right, this is the 2018 phone booth. They've changed quite a bit, you know. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, think about it, you know. Think about when you go talk on the phone. Where are you at? You're no longer in that little booth here, but good chance you'll be in the other one now. So it's yeah, that's pretty factual for today. So on. Ted says, do you follow NFL and who's your team? No, I don't. I don't watch football. I used to follow NASCAR, but I don't even follow it anymore because it's gotten so stupid. But no, sorry, I don't follow it at all. I don't watch it, you know. In 1988, so he said, wow. And Rick says, I'm no spring chicken. I remember them. Yeah, it's like, no, I don't know if any of us are spring chickens here, you know. Oh, Sue says she roots for the Browns.
I still root for them.
I don't care about them. Never did. I didn't even want to live there.
Not much hope for them, but I still root for them.
Yeah. Frankly, I don't understand football. I've tried once or twice to watch it. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. You know, so it's just never been the sport that I watch. Actually, no, I don't watch sports. Period. I'm a nerd. You know. I grew up racing when I grew up. I had a race car when I was in my early 20s and raced. I worked at a racetrack. So racing was my sport. And sorry to hear that, Sue. Yeah, racing was my sport. But as NASCAR has changed, I don't even watch it anymore. I don't really. I've just kind of lost all interest in it. You know, I'd rather watch dirt track racing. I have some friends that run World of Outlaw sprint cars that are doing pretty good. Jack Hodenshill, his son now, is running Sheldon Hodenshill, that he runs the World of Outlaw circuit, and I used to follow that pretty close, but I don't even follow it a lot. I keep track of it, you know. Sue says love watching the Indians and Browns and hometown teams. See, I never watched that. Her family, I think, grew up with that. You know, they were into it, so I don't know nothing about it. You know. Sue actually watches more NASCAR than I do now. On it, I'll turn it off, you know, and it's. But yeah, that's really, it hasn't been my thing. What else have I got up here? Anything I kind of went through all my little extra things that I talked about on it. So it says, nope, look at my profile pics. Oh, I see. Is that a
Patriots? That's
is that what that is?
Patriots.
Yeah. So what is that?
New England Patriots.
Oh, New England. Okay. Did they win a lot?
They did.
Oh, did they? See what I know? Yeah, it was well. Somebody will come start talking to me about football, and I go,
Honestly, here. Yep, Patriots.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yep,
You know?
Patriots. That's what I do remember. That I looked at your profile before, Dad. I do remember.
So there you go. So yeah, everybody likes different things, you know.
Glad it's not the Steelers then.
I hear them talk about that. I guess a lot of people don't like them. Rick says, do you ever heard of magnet fishing? It's something I'm getting. Magnet fishing. That sounds interesting. In fact, I just, if you watched my last video I just put up there, I was talking about at 65, I figured out you don't have to have a fishing license anymore. And so I could actually go fishing without a license. But tell me about magnet fishing, Rick. I've never have heard of that. And I used to do some fishing. I've done some saltwater and freshwater fishing, but never heard of magnet fishing. Do you magnet fishing? If you put a magnet in the water, you might catch something, but not fish, because I don't think fish have metal in them. Well, I don't know. Some of them. What was Lake Erie had? I don't know what those things full. You get a magnet and attach it to a rope. Okay. Used to, when I worked out on the boats, if we lose something, we had a big magnet, and we'd drop it down, and a lot of times we could retrieve what fell in the water, and you then you get all the stuff that people drop. Yeah, and you know it's interesting what's in the water. You know, they drop stuff down, and anything still, it'd pick it up. You know, while they're fishing, you can even pull their lure. Some lures are metal on it. You can steal their lure. You know. A little story, when I was working, I used to work on the docks a lot here, and I did boat canvas and boat upholstery, and I was working on a boat one day down here in Port Orange, and guys were fishing. They caught a big grouper out there, and I said, well, you're going to have a good dinner tonight. He said, no, I'm throwing it back. Oh, really? You're not keeping it? He goes, yeah, you won it. Well, I was working on, I don't know if I get this thing. I know I got to come home. I've been working in the sun all day and clean it. So I decided, nah, I didn't. Nah, I guess I won't, you know. And worked there the next guy, and the guy goes, hey, you think about that fish you didn't take last night? I go, yeah, I thought about the darn thing all night. And so he said, well, if I get one today, I'll give it to you. I said, all right, that sounds good. Well, you didn't catch one, you know. But I had a question about that, and I don't know, maybe Rick even knows. I don't know if you know a lot about fishing and laws around here. But if I was to got that fish and took it and put it in my car, at that time I didn't have a fishing license, and I got stopped, and they would ask my license. I wouldn't have had one. I'm sure I probably would have got in trouble for having that fish without having a fishing license, even though I didn't catch it. At what point does that change over from, if you buy a fish in the store, it's legal, but if you don't, doing ice fishing, I've done ice fishing back in the day when I lived up north. As a kid, we did some ice fishing. We lived on a farm in farm pond and cut a hole and catch bass, but I had done that, but it's been many, many, many years ago. Yeah, not here in Florida. I hope we never have enough ice here in Florida that I can ever do ice fishing. Like I said, I don't think you would be in trouble if you had no fishing equipment. I think you're right, because I had no fishing equipment or nothing with me.
It jumped in my car.
It jumped in my car. I was driving along A1, and it just jumped right in my car. But I think you're right, Rick. I think since I wouldn't have no fishing equipment,
take newspaper, wrap it, and said I just went to the fish store.
It'd be no different going up here to Hall's Fish Market up here in Ormond and buying food, So, no ice fishing in Florida. What? Well, we don't, and I'm glad to say we are not able to ice fish in Florida. We've had some days that I felt was icy out. You could go fishing and feel like you were in ice.
It got down to about 27 last winter.
Yeah, we had one day there was like 27 one morning. That was cold, for us. But I hope this winter's warmer than it was last winter. It was so cold last winter, and here I am complaining. But for us, that's why we're here. Yeah, fishing's fun. My days, I had a boat for a while.
You can do it free now.
Yeah, I can do it for free.
No license.
Rick says, I'm from California and a recent transplant to Florida. Moved here last November. Well, welcome to Florida. I hope you love it as much as I do, because I love Florida.
What part of California?
Yeah, what part of California? I've never been to California. One place that I always thought I would like to have gone is California.
It's a place you ought to be.
Like the Beverly Hillbillies. California's a place you want to be. And, Rick said, my God, I love it here. I love it here, too. It's just wonderful. Head said, Sue, really, I don't think I've ever gotten cold in Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood, Florida is a little bit further south. It don't get nearly as cold as there. San Diego, okay.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
I've never been there, but I have a feeling it's nice. I've always wanted to go to Alcatraz. I think it'd just be interesting in Alcatraz. I have a video put up a few weeks ago where we were up in Ohio, and we went to Mansfield Reformatory, which was in the Shawshank Redemption movie. So you've been there, L.A. or Shawshank?
I think he means L.A.
Oh, L.A. So you've been to L.A. Okay, all right. San Diego Zoo. So, yeah, I've never been to California, but it'd be interesting to go out there. I have always just one of those spots. You have these areas you think about you want to go. Probably one of the biggest things I ever wanted to go to was Hawaii, and I made that when I was in my 30s. Went out to Hawaii for about 2 weeks, and I liked it out there. It wasn't all I expected it to be, but I really liked Hawaii. It was really cool. I've been to, like I said, after being to Hawaii, and you think, okay, that's a paradise, a great place, but the best place I've ever been is Key West, Florida, and that includes Hawaii. Key West, Florida, it was really nicer than Hawaii, although Hawaii was nice, so, but yeah, that's probably the best place I've ever been, Key West, Florida. I love it down there. All the keys down through there are just really, really nice, Even though last year it got tore up with a hurricane pretty bad, but I guess that's pretty much all fixed up, Sue says we went to Tijuana for the day from San Diego. So you went down on the border, huh?
Yeah.
Across the border. I always figured I'd never get back. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Cozumel, and I liked Cozumel. That was cool. I did that on a cruise ship, and you don't get much time. On a cruise ship, you get just a few hours, all you get. So, but I enjoyed Mexico that little time I got. Rick says TJ has many memories for me. So cross over the border. You always hear, in some reason, I always felt you could get down there and they put you in jail and you can't get back. But I suppose that could happen on it. But even when I went to Cozumel, I remember, like, I don't know if it was military or what, riding around trucks with machine guns, and you'd see people up on roofs of things with guns, which was kind of unnerving, but yet I really didn't feel unsafe there on it and enjoyed the area. But that's pretty much a tourist area there, you know. And you said it was cold here last winter. I said, yeah, it was the coldest. Last winter was the coldest winter that I can remember. I've been here 20 years, and that was the coldest winter I remember in 20 years. There was another one that was pretty cold a few years back, but last winter was pretty cold. I like the winters where we stay in the 80s.
Two winters were cold.
Yeah, last two. And before that was nice. We've had good winters, but last two.
California is beautiful.
Ted says, no thanks. I'll never visit California. No thanks. I mean, you know, there's certain areas you just don't like, you know, and I don't blame anybody. Certain areas I just don't care for, you know. I'm not a mountain person. I know I can kind of see what people see in the beauty of the mountains. I just don't like the mountains, you know. Yeah, Ted says, yes, Key West is amazing. And it is. I've been down there several times. It takes us about 6 hours to go down to the Keys. So we went down, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
We had a nice little trip. Went there and went across the Everglades, went over to Sanibel Island, and all the way up on the west side and back home. So that was good. It says California is a great place to visit, but you don't want to live. Well, it's expensive.
You can't afford it.
That's what I've always heard, that it's very expensive there, that you need a thick wallet, you know. And Sue says too many hipsters for me. Yeah, I bet it is a hippie.
Rick, were you in the Navy there, or Air Force, right? In military down there? Because that's a big base in San Diego, a big military base.
Is it down that way? Yeah, I have a feeling there's a lot of hippies out there. I've seen
all the guys with their man bun.
Yeah, that man bun. I've known you got man buns. Oh, that just cracks me up. Man buns and earrings. I
hope neither of you guys have a man bun.
You guys, hold your hand. Does anybody have a man bun? I'm not laughing at you. Well, maybe I am. No. It says no, but he was in the Army. So yeah. We were talking about that earlier in the chat about the Army.
My late husband was at Fort Bragg when he came back from Vietnam, and so was Seven. Who's on here? Seven is enough. Her son is there now.
They said nope.
Good.
Yeah, I got drafted back in 1972 for the Army. But after I went to the physical, they didn't want me. No man bun there. Good job. Please don't do a man bun. So I don't get that. I just don't get it. Sorry, I just don't get it. A lot of things in today's age I don't get. I mean, it doesn't comprehend. You know, I can't figure this out. You know, so. I'm lucky to have hair.
And your man purse.
And my man purse, you know. What do they call them, a merce?
Merce.
Is that like a merce, a man?
They're satchels, they call them.
A satchel. Have a satchel. Yeah. The world has changed.
We're just defending part of our podcast.
Yeah. My man bun is on my face. True men call it a beard, yeah. Yeah, I got one of those here. A little short. I keep it trimmed down, but that's my man bun, you know. That's if you ever want to do a cool video, cover the top part of your face and set upside down and draw eyeballs, and this is your hair and that's your mouth, and I have to do one of those. I haven't done one of those in a long time. Do a little, can you imagine it? Can you see it, you know? Do you remember back in the old days when Goulardi up in Cleveland did that, you know?
Ask Ted, have you ever heard of Goulardi?
I bet you most people here have never heard of Goulardi. Goulardi was back in, 60s and 70s? Is that right?
Late 60s.
Late 60s?
Mid-60s, yeah.
Yeah, and he was out of Cleveland, Ohio, and he did the Friday night where they have the terrible movies, and he hosted the movie show.
It's like Svengoolie now.
Yeah, it's like Svengoolie. What's the girl? Elvira. You know, she did something similar, but Goulardi was funny out of Cleveland. If you haven't seen him, look him up sometime. Do a look at some of the old Goulardi shows. He was funny. As a kid, that's what we watched. Friday night, stay up late, watch Goulardi, you know. And he was crazy. And then it went on, there was a ghoul, took off after him, the guy called the Ghoul. So show him.
Cool with the boom booms.
Cool with the boom booms.
He was an early beatnik kind of freak, freak show.
He would take model cars and blow them up, you know. Ted says, what's a man bun? Well, it's a man trying to look like a woman, basically, is what I'm saying. He's like, I got Ted laughing now, so. And it's that new stuff, you know. I don't even want to see it, but it comes out.
Well, we'll have his next video, his next thing. You'll have a thing about Goulardi.
You know,
I'm sure, and a man bun.
And a man bun. You know, you run these chats because you don't want to run nobody off. You know, you don't want to insult nobody. But being an old man, I have my opinions, and don't mean to insult somebody, but sometimes like I hold off on talking about or showing pictures or making fun of certain things because in our culture today there's a lot of it, you know. And so, you know, I try to be good and don't try to offend somebody, and that's not what I usually try to do, but some things I just don't get. You know, I'm just old.
But for the most part, mostly you don't care either.
I mean, really, I guess if somebody wants to wear their hair in a bun or whatever they may want to do, I'm probably going to say something, but it's up to them. It's their choice. They can do whatever they want. It's their head. You know, it's like, well, every once in a while I keep thinking I'm going to shave my hair off, but I never do it because I just think, I don't think so. You know, I'm losing it as it is, so I didn't even do that. One thing I've never done is get into fads. If everybody else is doing it, doesn't mean, in fact, I probably won't do it if that's what everybody else does, because why be the one who follows along when you can be the leader? You set the fad, don't be the one who follows the fad. So that's the way I've always felt about it. Be yourself. You know? Take off on your own, you know. But anyways,
it's not crowded there when you're out on your own, right?
That's right. That's right. It's not crowded when you're here by yourself on it. So, all right, I think we're going to go ahead and get ready to get out of here. My voice, after close to an hour, my voice gets dry, you know. Yeah, that's what Rick said. I've always done my own thing, and that's what you should do. Do your own thing, have fun with it, and when everybody does something silly, make fun of it. No. Well, you can if you want, you know. If I don't get offended, that's the whole. I think that's sometimes the reason I can laugh at things, because I don't. You can make fun of me and I won't get offended, you know. Some channels have trouble with trolls. I never had a troll because I think I allow a troll to be my friend, because you say what you want. I got thick skin, you know. So, anyways, we're gonna get out of here. Ted, Rick, I'd see you come on. As Tammy said. Tammy's left. Seven, I don't know if Seven's still on. She was out in the car. She come back. So, I'm glad to see everybody come on. Appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you for everybody coming by. Our next one will be this coming Thursday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And I know a few people have Central Time here, but it's Eastern Time is what I put it as. So it's 8 a.m. Eastern Time will be our next chat on Thursday morning. And I hope Ted will be here. Hope to see Rick there and the rest of our gang. So we got a few that weren't here tonight, but I'm sure they'll show up again. Oh, you'll be working? Work, darn, ain't work, you know. But maybe we'll catch you next week on our Monday evening chat. So everybody have a good, tomorrow's Tuesday. Have a good Tuesday coming up. We'll see you again hopefully next Thursday at 8 a.m. So see everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.